I'm gonna lay out the rules for while you're here now. You will always call me Daddy. Understood? Understood.
Yes. Yes, Daddy.
Hello, everyone. Today I will talk about the movie The Girl Who Escaped the Cara Robinson Story, a film from 2023 based on a true story. Cara Robinson wakes up at her best friend's house. Today, the girls plan to go to the lake. But before that, Jess needs to water the flowers and take a shower. Jess asks Cara to help her with the flowers so they can head to the lake sooner. Cara steps outside and begins watering the lawn. At this moment, a car pulls up to the house, and a strange man gets out and approaches the girl.
Are your parents home?
No, actually, this isn't my house. This is my friend's house.
Okay.
The man pulls out a gun and demands that the girl follow all his orders. He leads Cara to the car and forces her into a blue container. Jess finishes her shower and comes outside, but cannot find Cara.
Cara! Cara!
Meanwhile, the man stops in a secluded area to tie up the girl. He approaches the trunk to get a rope. The man ties her hands and puts a gag in her mouth. Meanwhile, Jess calls Cara's mom and tells her that Cara is missing. The man brings the girl to his home. He removes her gag and asks her to be silent. The man takes the girl to his bedroom and begins asking questions. He inquires about all the information regarding her family. After that, he asks if she has a boyfriend. The girl tells him that her boyfriend's name is Ryan. After that, the man asks her to call him Daddy and shows his gun again. The man asks the girl to lie on the bed. He sits next to her and starts undressing. Then they both go to the shower. At this time, the girl begins looking around. Meanwhile, Cara's mom calls her ex-husband and tells him that Cara is missing. The woman calls the police and asks them to start a search, but the officer is confident that the girl simply ran away from home and will soon return. But Cara's mom is sure her daughter would never do that.
She is 15! You need to find her.
I'm sorry. I will file this report. Officers will know to be on the lookout. You should go home. Wait and see if she calls.
The man gives his t-shirt to Cara and asks which school she went to. Cara decides to learn as much as she can about her kidnapper. The man tells her that he was very smart when he was in school, and also talks about his service in the Navy and his recent honorable discharge. The man likes to talk about himself, and he promises the girl that he will eventually let her go if she behaves well. After that, he offers the girl a smoke, but she refuses. The man reminds her that she must obey all his orders. During the day, they watch TV together. The girl notices cages with animals and asks permission to look at them. She asks about his job. The man says he works with compressors. Cara remembers all the information she receives. The man once again says that he will soon let her go home, but before that, he wants to watch a movie together. In the evening, Cara wants to go to the bathroom and asks the man for permission. He allows her to go to the bathroom, but leaves the door open and watches the process. Cara wants to wash her hands, but first she must ask for permission.
May I wash my hands, please? Daddy.
The man says he will soon prepare dinner, but Cara does not want to eat. He gets angry at the girl and tells her that she must follow the rules. She says she can help clean up while he cooks. The man allows Cara to sweep the floor. While cleaning, Cara approaches the refrigerator and tries to remember the dentist's phone number. She also notices a calendar and memorizes the entries on it. The man simply watches as the girl sweeps the floor, and in the end, asks her to take off her t-shirt.
Take that off.
Meanwhile, Cara's mother goes to the police station. She tries to explain to the sheriff that her daughter could not have run away from home and asks them to start searching, but the sheriff tells her not to worry. He is confident that the girl will soon return home. The man and Cara sit back on the couch. He turns on the news, saying that the police have not started her search. He says that her parents and friends do not care about her. Suddenly, the man becomes aggressive and orders the girl to stand up and go to the bedroom. He says that he needs to make a call, and she must climb into the container and keep quiet. He puts a gag on the girl and leaves the room, but Cara has a panic attack and cannot breathe. The man returns and removes the gag from her. He tells her that if she screams, he will kill her. A few minutes later, the man returns to the room and tries to calm the girl. He says that he often had panic attacks and understands what it is like. He gives Cara a pill and says that it will help her calm down. At night, Cara notices the man opening a strange chest. The man orders the girl to lie on the bed and not move. He handcuffs her hands and feet and goes to sleep. In the morning, Kara wakes up first and manages to free her hands. Then she stands up and slowly walks to the exit. She very carefully opens the door and runs out into the street. Kara runs onto the road and stops a passing car. She asks two men to take her to the police and remember the apartment number from which she managed to escape. Kara enters the police station and tells the officer that she was kidnapped. She states her name and says that she managed to escape. Lieutenant Rowland asks the girl what happened. She tells him that a stranger kidnapped her, threatened her with a gun yesterday, and used her. Sergeant Jenkins asks the two men who brought the girl where they found her, but they only mention the street because they did not remember the apartment number. Lieutenant Rowland tells Kara that her mom contacted the police 17 hours ago. He calls the woman and informs her that Kara has been found. The officer asks Kara if she remembers where the kidnapper's apartment is. Kara says she does not remember, but she can go to the location and try to remember. Lieutenant says she would be very helpful if she does that. They arrive at the location, and Kara cannot remember which apartment she escaped from. All the buildings look the same. The police stop a man passing by and describe the suspect's appearance, but the man says there are many people here fitting that description. Kara gets out of the car and says that her kidnapper has many animals in his apartment, and there is a large wolf poster on the wall. Hearing this, the man immediately knows who they are talking about. He names the apartment number, and the police head there. Meanwhile, Kara's mother arrives at the police station and starts arguing because her daughter was taken to the crime scene, but Kara returns and calms her down. The sheriff arrives at the suspect's apartment and orders the building to be stormed, but the suspect has fled. Sergeant Jenkins asks the girl to tell everything she knows about the man who kidnapped her. Kara says that a few years ago, the man served in the Navy, and his wife is currently in Disneyland. The girl says that the man has a parrot named Clyde, and she also names his dentist and phone number. She says that the man has high anxiety and sees a psychiatrist. The girl remembered all the phone numbers and names she saw while cleaning. Sergeant Jenkins is very surprised by how the girl remembered everything. This information will help find and punish the criminal. A doctor enters the room, and Kara has to undergo a gynecological examination. Kara asks the doctor and police not to tell her mom about this. Meanwhile, the police find women's clothing in the drawer, and they realize that Kara was not the only victim. Flyers with the suspect's photo are posted throughout the city. Sheriff Price arrives at the station where Kara's mom had contacted. He says that the suspected man kidnapped and killed several girls, and Kara was supposed to be next. And he does not understand why Sheriff Stevens did not start searching for the girl on the first day. Kara comes home, and all the neighbors came to support her. Kara does not like the excessive attention to her. Sergeant Jenkins comes to Kara and tries to explain that she should not be offended by these people. Unlike them, Kara is a strong person and does not want to be a victim. Kara returns home and tells her mom that she will go to Ryan's in the evening, but her mom does not allow her to do this. Kara does not understand why she should give up her life because of what happened. She does not want to live in fear all her life, she just wants to live a normal life. But her mom is very worried and does not want to let the girl out of the house.
Or not leaving this house.
The suspect's wife comes to the police and says that she does not know where her husband is. She does not believe that he is guilty of the crimes. But at that moment, the suspect's sister arrives at the police station and says that he recently called her and is now in a hotel. The police immediately go to arrest him. Meanwhile, Sheriff Stevens comes to Carrie, but the girl is not happy to see him because he did not want to look for her. He tells the girl that she should not be so brave because the suspect is still at large, and he might come back for her. He tells her that the suspect kidnapped several girls, and they all died, but Kara is not afraid. She demands that the sheriff do his job. Meanwhile, Sheriff Price receives a report that the suspect fled from the hotel, but the police are already on his trail and will soon arrest him. The sheriff is surprised that the little girl not only escaped from the maniac, but also helped the police find him. The sheriff comes to her house and says that the man will soon be arrested. He says that the girl should not be a victim because she is a hero. He thanked the girl and promises to notify her when they catch the criminal. After this conversation, Kara plans to go to baseball to support her boyfriend, but her mom does not want to let her out of the house. Kara again says that she wants to live a normal life. Meanwhile, the police determine the suspect's location. After a while, the man appears on the street and a chase begins. The police catch the criminal, but he pulls out a gun and shoots himself in the head. Kara returns home, and her mom does not tell her what happened. The woman tells her in the morning, and Kara is very angry about this. At that time, the sheriff arrives and apologizes that they did not tell her immediately. The girl says that she wanted to look the criminal in the eyes. The girl says that she is not really angry at them, but at the kidnapper. She wanted to look the criminal in the eyes before he went to jail, but the sheriff tells her not to worry about this because the maniac realized everything before his death and understood that he was defeated by a little girl. Kara understands that now she does not need to testify in court about what he did to her, and her mom does not need to worry about this. The sheriff says that he has never met such strong girls as her, and says that he would undoubtedly take her to work in the police. And this is where the movie ends. Write your opinion about it in the comments. If you liked the video, do not forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell. See you very soon.